Welcome to All Things Retreat Podcast. I'm Holly Porter, your host and CEO of Retreat R&R. With over 25 years of experience in designing transformative retreats, I'm here to share insights and inspiration to help you create extraordinary experiences. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, you'll find valuable ideas here. Enjoy the ride. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, welcome to the show today. We are going to have a great guest as always. Linda Fisk is with us. She's a multi-award-winning CEO, 2-time Stevie International Business Award winner, 2-time TEDx speaker, 6-time international best-selling author, U.S. Senator for the WBAF, TV producer and podcast host, keynote speaker, and university professor dedicated to amplifying and extending the success of high-caliber business leaders. She's the chairwoman of Leadership Global, a community of unstoppable women enhancing their leadership blueprint and embracing their power to be the best version of themselves. In work and life, we might add. In Leadership Global, Linda supports and guides ambitious, creative women to move the direction of their purpose, their mission, and their dreams with powerful connections, critical support, and practical tools, and valuable resources to show up, speak up, set up in their careers and personal lives. Wow. Welcome to the show, Linda.
Holly, such a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. I love your show. And I love that you have created this incredible audience of retreat leaders and retreat creators. What an incredible audience to be in front of. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thanks for being part of it. I've been looking forward to it. Linda and I know each other from Leadership Global. For one, I'm one of the members. So that's something definitely.
Yes.
We'll leave her information in the show notes so you can go check that out because super valuable. Linda always looks to offer great content and just serves our people at the highest level. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, so while we're here today, we're going to be talking about retreats because I know through Leadership Global you do them and offer them. How do you see retreats accelerating global impact for women leaders, especially those balancing purpose, profit, and personal fulfillment?
Yeah, what a great question. Thank you so much, Holly. I would say retreats are really the place where you get to go deep in relationships. And as a business owner, as a business founder, or as a business leader, the opportunity to gather could be your most valuable clients, could be your membership, could be people that are your partners, that are your advocates, your champions, your supporters, and taking them into a dream location with a focused purpose allows you to build the kind of authentic, genuine relationships that you simply can't inside a business framework. So I will tell you that Leadership Global has done a different retreat every single year for the past 5 years. We've been to Costa Rica, we've been to Austin, Texas, we've been to, France, we've been coming up, we're going to Roatan. So we've been to all kinds of different places around the world. We've been to the Maldives. And what is unique, I think, about the retreat experience is not even the incredible locations that we've chosen to have these gatherings, but it's the relationships that are created while you're there together. It's the incredible depth and breadth of sharing, learning, growth, development that happens in a retreat that makes it extraordinary. Now, let me just tell you that Costa Rica and the Maldives and all the different places that we've been have all been bucket list locations for a lot of people, and that's extraordinary. But what really matters is the depth of learning and transformation that can actually happen at a retreat and the incredible relationship building that's available in a retreat location. That's my feeling.
Yeah, I love that. Well, let's talk about the benefits. So as a business owner, what are the biggest benefits doing retreats for you?
Of course, it's a revenue driver, right? Yeah. If you price retreats properly, it can be a revenue driver to your business. Now, in Leadership Global, we don't use it necessarily as a revenue driver because for us, retreats are a way of thanking and rewarding our members. So we actually usually pay anywhere from 50 to 75% of the actual retreat cost in order to reward our members. We are not using retreats as much of a revenue generator as we are a reward mechanism
Mm.
to deepen engagement with our members and to deepen their sense of loyalty to the organization. So we offer retreats at a fraction of the cost that they could be found anywhere else on the planet. And we do that again, exclusive only for members and exclusive only once a year in the location that we choose, only for Leadership Global members. Now, again, we use that as sort of our gift back to members, and it's their choice whether or not they accept that gift, of course. But we don't necessarily frame it as a revenue driver as much as a reward, sort of a loyalty incentive, if you will, to be able to remember the kinds of relationships and experiences and learning and growth that they had through Leadership Global, which makes them more deeply connected to other members and to the organization itself. But for a lot of retreat leaders, business owners, business founders, entrepreneurs, retreats are a great way of developing a robust and reliable sales funnel into your business or revenue driver into your business. So you can use retreats as a way of being able to identify people who have an interest in what you're teaching and training. It's a great way for people to raise their hand and say, what you're teaching, what you're training, what you're coaching, what you're consulting on in your retreat is important to me. And even though you and I don't have a relationship yet, I am intrigued enough to sign up for the retreat because what it is that this retreat is all about, the theme of the retreat, the teaching, the coaching is really in my purview of what I really want to focus on in the upcoming year, quarter, month, whatever the timeline is.
Yeah.
So it's a great way of being able to create a sales funnel. But if you have a community, if you have a group of clients or partners or a group of people that you serve with or for, it's also a wonderful way to be able to deepen those relationships and definitely drive profit. But it's just as important to be able to identify those people in the community that want to step up into that kind of deeper, richer relationship and be able to reward them for that.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely about taking action, and I love that. For me it's all about building relationships too, but I love action takers that are willing to jump in early. How much lead time do you usually give for your retreats to plan from like
You're right.
concept to plan the
I love that you noted you love action takers. So we always have an early bird, early action incentive. So listen, we're going to do an early opening of our retreat, and it'll be 30 to 60 days in advance of the launch. And if you take action early, you get a discount or you get some sort of value add or you get some sort of extension. And then we open it up usually 3 to 4 months in advance of the actual retreat itself. So people have time to plan, they have time to make travel arrangements, that type of thing. And we have time to really build up the experience. We have time to, as soon as you say yes, we're working with you. We're telling you, listen, you are so smart for saying yes to this early, and let me tell you what you're looking forward to. So we get to continually sort of promote all the incredible experiences and the areas of real depth and transformation that they have to look forward to. And then in the last month or so, we have filled up the retreat. And so then we're jumping on calls to confirm the details, to reassure, to answer questions, to be able to outline all of the very next steps from the moment they get off the plane to the moment they are given their first welcome at the retreat center. So we want to make sure that every single step of the way is clearly identified and laid out, and there's no questions, there's no concerns, there's no anxiety before they actually arrive at the retreat center. So the last month is really spent really focusing on making sure that they're having an extraordinary experience from the moment they say yes to the retreat to the moment they leave that retreat.
Oh, okay. That leads right into the next question. Okay. When designing a retreat experience, what key elements do you believe create lasting impact for participants long after they return home?
I think it's everyone joins a retreat for something different. And I think the most important thing is to ensure that you understand why someone said yes and that their expectations around the reason they said yes are managed appropriately. So if they're going for extraordinary food, then you really talk to them about the chef prepared gourmet meals. If they're going there for all of the ancillary activities, the catamaran ride, the snorkeling, the ATVs, the jet skis, then you clearly outline the schedule of all those activities and the ways that they can expect to be able to interact with all those extraordinary adventures and excursions. If they're going there to really deepen relationships, then you're going to talk about the incredible transformation that they have available to them through the relationships that they're going to create. And in all cases, you're setting up a schedule of experiences so that you get to touch on all those things. You have wonderful meals, you have great rooms, you have wonderful relationships, you have time for people to connect, you have time for them to really develop close relationships, you have time for learning, you have time for growth, you have time for excursion. And what we talk about with retreats is we use retreats as a way of transforming women in leadership from the inside out. Not with formulas, but with frameworks. Not with hustle, but with alignment. Because we believe the world doesn't need more busy women. It needs more values-driven leaders who are recognized and remembered. So we design all of our retreats to ensure that we are creating alignment for women. We are delivering on the promise of that retreat. If it's wellness, if it's health, if it's strategic planning, if it's raising your visibility, extending your thought leadership, whatever the theme of that retreat is, we make sure that all of our experiences are aligned with that theme. Again, because we don't want women who show up being frazzled, panicked, overwhelmed, anxious. We want women to be able to show up at a retreat, taking a deep breath, knowing exactly what's to be expected, knowing exactly how they're going to engage, and being able to really experience that retreat based on their values, based on what it is that they're looking to achieve through that retreat.
Yeah, I love that. And I love how you talk about filling their needs of what lights them up, what they're excited about. To me, it goes all back to your just basic personality. Take the four persona personalities, and if you know a little bit about those, find out what they are, and then you kind of know what's going to attract them, and then just ask the questions. I think it's great. I love surveys because I value them so much more now that I love getting feedback from other people. I'm willing to do them a little bit more for others as well, because all feedback's good feedback, even if it's not good.
No, you're
Is
right.
what I
And
think.
for a lot of people, listen, they're joining a retreat because they want to stop navigating alone.
Yeah.
And so if that's really their motivation for joining a retreat, well, then we can match them with a circle, with a coach, with a roadmap, so they feel supported every single step of the way. If
Right.
they're joining a retreat because they want to be seen, they want to be spotlighted, well, then we'll make sure that we don't just recognize their brilliance, we help everyone else see it as well. We spotlight them in the retreat. We help them lead a session. We help them lead an experience. Because again, everyone comes to a retreat with a slightly different set of motivations and
Mhm.
intentions. But in all cases, we want everyone to walk away with more confidence, more clarity, and a
Yeah.
community that actually cares about their success, that's deeply invested in their success.
Yeah. One thing I like when retreat leaders do on their platforms and their landing pages for the retreats is they say, this retreat is for you if, and list all those reasons. This retreat is not for you if. And I think that's just as important, because you don't want the wrong people there and they don't want to come if it's not the right fit. And I think just laying it out like, this is what I'm going to deliver. So if you have different expectations, this might not be the place for you to be. And I just think the alignment will be so much clearer. So I love when retreat leaders do that. I see it and I'm like, Yes, you're going to attract the right people. I think that's
That's
great.
right. We even give our day by day itinerary so that
Yeah.
people can see every single day, this is what's
Yes.
happening, this is what's expected to happen that day. So we literally outline every single day what the experience
Yeah.
will be like. But again, all of the group meetings before the retreat, the one-on-one sessions before the retreat help us get really clear about
Yeah.
the unique kind of characteristics of this group and
Yes.
each of the participants of the group to really understand what is it that you're looking for? What is it that's really meaningful to you? And then we design the retreat with those kinds of experiences in mind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Leadership Global empowers women worldwide. How do you create the same level of intimacy and trust in a retreat setting that you have in your larger network?
Yeah, I love that. You know, retreats are really special because it gives you an opportunity to tap into mentorship, advisory services, learning programs that are designed to sharpen your skills and overcome challenges and achieve lasting success. So that is definitely one of the tenets of Leadership Global is being able to accelerate growth with expert guidance. And I think
Mhm.
retreats give you that exact same opportunity. They give you the opportunity to take your growth to the next level with personalized mentorship, with expert advice, with leadership programs designed specifically for you within the theme of that retreat. So, what we try to do is make sure that we are clear about what the retreat is going to be delivering, the transformation that will be offered, and then we make sure we have the right coaches, we have the right staff, we have the right experts at the
Yeah.
retreat to help women tackle challenges, sharpen their skills, and celebrate success every single step of the way. Because again, most retreats are built around some sort of learning, some sort of growth opportunity, some sort of reset. And we want to make sure that our retreats, no matter what the theme is, it does allow for women to connect to incredibly valuable learning, but also powerful connections and collaborations. So
Mhm.
we invite women to join this global network of accomplished women leaders in Leadership Global because we know that if they are active, if they are seen, if they are heard, if they join anything, they're going to be able to foster meaningful relationships, strategic partnerships, and collaborative growth opportunities. Now, in a community, it's really easy to opt out and simply not take advantage of all of the meaningful connections that are offered. But in a retreat, the relationships that are created are built in. So the
Yeah.
good news is you're able to build meaningful connections that matter with the other participants of the retreat. You're going to be able to join a circle of inspiring women leaders from around the globe in a retreat. And this is your chance to create authentic relationships, maybe spark new collaborations, or be part of a community that champions your success. So in a community like Leadership Global, those opportunities are available, but it requires you to lean in, to take action, to show up, to be seen and to be heard. But in a retreat, that's part of the
Yeah.
experience is that you are there to be seen and to be heard. And there is no other choice but to create relationships with the people that are on retreat with you.
Yeah, so true. Okay, so this question, we've kind of covered it a little bit, but in a world where everything is about digital connections, what's the irreplaceable value of in-person gatherings um, and retreating together, would you say?
Yeah, you know, that's such a really good reminder, Holly. And like you and I, we met virtually and we met through Zoom. And I immediately knew I loved you and that you have this incredible energy and this incredible purpose and mission and vision. And I was immediately drawn to you. But then when I got to meet you in person, I got to hug you and I got to experience your story. And you told me about a little bit about your life experiences. And we got to sit and chat about that over lunch. And then you came to my house and we got to build on that relationship. I feel like there's something really special. And in fact, actually pretty sacred about allowing someone into your space and allowing someone into your story at a deeper level. And so I will tell you, most women, one of their biggest complaints is limited visibility and limited recognition, right? So they feel limited in their ability to connect deeply with others. They struggle to gain acknowledgement for their contributions and achievements. They don't feel seen. They don't feel heard. They don't feel valued. And in a retreat, this is when you have an opportunity to choose how much you allow people into your circle and really know your story. But the opportunity to go deep with people is built in. This is when you have an opportunity to really, could be help solve a really complex decision, could be about navigating through critical choices. It could be about building valuable professional connections. It could be about driving business growth. But whatever it is that you choose to move into more deeply with the people around you on retreat, you're going to have access to mentors and experts. You're going to find advisors who deeply understand your unique challenges, and you may find someone that you want to invite into a deeper level of friendship and knowledge, like me inviting you to my home. It's that kind of special, almost sacred relationship that you can also find on retreat.
So true. Okay, one final thing to wrap this up. If you were going to distill your leadership philosophy in one sentence around a campfire, what would it be?
I believe that no one can grow in leadership by themselves. It's simply impossible. You can't be a leader without understanding how to create a mission and a vision that others follow. So I believe that for women, one of the most daunting issues associated with leadership is confidence and overcoming self-doubt. And I think that if you can learn to silence your inner critic, step into the next level of leadership with courage, clarity, and conviction, then I have done my job in Leadership Global.
Yeah. Okay. I loved hearing about courage, clarity, and conviction. So that's a great way to end the show. And gosh, Linda, thanks for bringing yourself here today and taking time out of your busy schedule. Cause I know how it goes, and it's a Monday today, right? So while we're recording anyway, but I appreciate you being here. And everyone, just you'll be able to get all Linda's contact information right in the show notes. Go check out Leadership Global. That's lead and then her, HER, shipglobal.com, right?
So. That's it. Thank you so much, Holly. What a pleasure to be with you. I am very, very grateful for being able to be a part of this show. And honestly, the work you do helping retreat leaders really make strategic, smart decisions about how to deepen the relationship with the people that go on retreat with them. So smart. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, everybody. Until next week. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of All Things Retreat. We hope you're leaving with new ideas, fresh inspiration, and the motivation to take your retreats to the next level. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It helps us grow and reach more retreat leaders like you. And if you have any questions, topics you'd like us to cover, or just want to say hello, send us an email at info@weretreatrnr.com. Follow us on social media to stay connected and catch all the latest updates. Until next time, remember, great retreats start with great intentions. Let's make them extraordinary, one step at a time. Thinking about hosting a retreat? Before you dive in, let's make sure you're really ready. Grab your free Are You Retreat Ready checklist and find out if you've got everything in place, from your purpose and pricing to your audience and agenda. Don't guess. Get clear. This quick checklist will show you exactly where you stand and what you need to make your retreat a success. Click the link below in the show notes to grab your gift and take the first step toward hosting with confidence.